Hello everyone and welcome to our very first tutorial from Pandabood Science Tutorials. In today's tutorial we will be talking about electrical circuits because it's one of my favorite topics in science. We will be building a simple electrical circuit and then we will see how we can draw it using symbols. We will also talk about voltage, current and resistance, what happens when you add more batteries to the circuit, what happens when you add more light bulbs, what are resistors, what are conductors and insulators, and then we will explore about series and parallel circuits and their benefits. And finally we will just build fun electrical circuits, so let's start. First of all, to build an electrical circuit you need just four main devices. The first one is a battery. The battery is the source of electricity, this is the source of energy, so no electrical circuit would work without a battery. Then we need a light bulb. This is the device we need to power, whether it can be a light bulb, it can be a fan, it can be any device that you need to give electricity to make it work. Then you will need a switch to turn this light bulb on and off. Now the thing about switches is you can make an electrical circuit work without a switch, but if you do have a switch then it will not be practical, because anytime you need to disconnect the light bulb and stop the power, you will need to cut the wires, which is impractical. So now what is the missing part? The missing part is wires. We need wires to connect the battery to the light bulb. Now if I connect it like this, you will see that it won't work. Why? Because this circuit is not complete. So the very first thing you need to know about electrical circuits, that they need to be closed, they need to be complete, otherwise the circuit won't work. So I need to bring another wire from the other side from the battery to this light bulb here, and now I will connect this switch and now I have a complete circuit, except that is still open. That's why it's not gonna work. When the switch is open, the circuit is off. Why? Because there's a gap in the circuit, so electricity can't flow and can't jump this gap. Now if I need to make this light bulb go on, I need to turn the switch on by closing it and complete the circuit. So 3, 2, 1 and go. Now I have done the very simple electrical circuit, which contains four main components. The first one is the battery, that's the power source of the electricity. The light bulb, which what you need to power or give electricity to. The switch to turn the circuit on and off, on and off. And finally the wires, which connect all these parts together. Without the wires you cannot connect them. Without the switch, as I told you before, the circuit will work, but it's not practical in our life, because every time you need to save some energy. You don't want this battery to die, so you will just need to cut the wire and then stick it again, which is dangerous and also not practical. That's why we invented a device called the switch to make this turning on and off way easier than before. In the next part we will explore how we can build a circuit, but before we build it we want to draw it using symbols. So if you're an engineer or if you want to design circuits, it will be very complicated and hard to draw the real pictures of these devices. That's why we have the symbols. From here you can see this battery symbol, that's the picture. If you want to use symbols, you click on this battery symbol. So if I click on that, I will see the same circuit using symbols. This is something you can draw when you are analyzing circuits, when you're studying circuits, whenever you need to draw them, you can draw them using symbols. I will just stop showing the current to make it easy to look at. So using the symbols, batteries just look like this. Just two lines, one of them is shorter than the other one. The shorter one is representing the negative side of the battery, and the positive is the longer part. As you can see here, that's the battery. Now the light bulb is represented with this symbol, which is just a circle. Sometimes, most often, an easier symbol for a light bulb will be just a circle with an X in it. Now for the switch, it's just like a normal line with an opening here. This is showing you two dots, and this line showing you this switch is open, because when you turn it on, when you close it, it'll be like this, just a line. But you have to show the dots to differentiate it between switch and wires. You have to put these two dots. So this is just a wire, just a line. And if you want to show a switch, then you need to put two dots. This is a closed switch, and this is an open switch. As you can see here, my switch is open. That's why the circuit is not working. When I turn it on, when I close the switch, it will work. And if I show the current, you will see that the current is flowing. So again, why do we need symbols? Just to make our circuits simpler when we are drawing them and studying them. But of course, for the sake of understanding electricity better and electrical circuits better in this simulation, I will be using the pictures all the time. So that's it for the first section of electrical circuits tutorial. Next video, I will be talking about voltage, current, and resistance. So stay tuned. See you next time. Pandabood.